Well, as you probably noticed, or maybe not, I've got the MG in the garage now for the first time for a year. Luckily, it's actually pouring hard outside, so I thought I'd start off with some little simple jobs. I don't really like electrical jobs that much, but I thought I'd give it a go. I'll show you what mess I've made so far. Simple job was the driver's side window doesn't go up and down, so it doesn't work. So I'll show you what I've done and what disasters I went through. Hold tight, here we go. Right, so the first thing I did was probably the obvious one, was go to the fuse box, which I found. And I also found another dodgy wire there. I'm not sure what that's for, but that's for another day. So I've checked all the fuses, I've checked down on here, blah blah blah. Yeah, I think it's one of these. So I checked them all. But what I actually did do, I checked them all. And there's all okay. The next thing I did, I thought, right, okay, I'll leave that open just in case. Right, so the next thing I did, I went over to the switches, pulled them all out, pulled all the dashboardy thing out, whatever it's called. And I thought, right, I know this side, that's the near side switch, I know that one actually works. So I swapped that one there for that one. And it didn't work. So I thought, so it's definitely not the switch. But so I've been looking at a lot of YouTube videos like everybody does, and I thought, well, it's got to be the motor seized up. So what I did, I managed to find an MG that's been breaking. I bought loads of bits off it. And I bought an old strip down there, but the left hand side mechanism and the right hand side one. And which one is it? Oh, I've got. So what I thought I'd do, I'd just swap the motors over. It'd be ever so easy. But then I started looking at them, and the motors that come with it, got two holes here, and the one there, it's got one hole. Well, prior to that, I thought I'd rip the motor out and have a look at it. Well, there's the motor. It come out, and it was actually all seized up. So I knew So I knew that was all seized up, so I couldn't use it. So I thought, oh, a brilliant idea. I'll just swap these motors over, take it from there and put it on the original one, which I couldn't because like I said, better than two holes. So what's the plan next? So I thought, well, okay. So I did actually take the motor off, the good one. So I put it back on again. Where is it? Oh, there's the other motor that I've actually destroyed from the other side. I think I'll be able to get it back together again. It's only carbon brushes come out. So right, okay, so then I managed to get it all assembled, which wasn't too bad. And then the nightmare started. It actually took me about 3 hours getting all this back in. So I couldn't work out which way around the motor went in there. I didn't take much attention when I took it off. So after about 3 hours, I decided to get my vernier out and measure it up, and I worked it out roughly position it goes in, so it sort of tips over an angle like that. Then that's okay. Then I thought, now how can I make the window go up and down? So what I did, I used one of these batteries, made a couple of wires up, plus minus, and then, well, I know I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but prior to that I did check the motor to make sure it's working, and it was definitely working up and down because I moved it quite a few times. So then I got it into position like this, and then the window is dropped down. I managed to drop the window down a little bit and get that bolt in. Now I need to drop the window down a lot more. What I did, I know I'm jumping around a little bit, but no, I'm jumping around quite a lot, but I did actually put some masking tape, not masking tape, some gaffer tape on the window to stop it dropping, which I've seen from another guy on YouTube. And then I come across another problem. I needed the window to go up just a little tiny bit more. So I thought, that's all right, I'll just use my battery. And I connected it up, and I heard a bit of a bang come out of it, a little spark come out of that. And what I've done, I've actually buggered this up somehow. I must have shorted it out. So I put it on a battery charger, see if it'll charge up. No, that's useless, so that's all buggered now. I thought, oh, doesn't matter. I've got a battery charger. But I'd actually forgot it broke ages ago. So I connected it all up and it didn't work. So that was a complete waste of time as well. So I'm stuck in a bit of limbo at the moment. So I need to raise the window up to get the other bolt in over there. Now the only thing I can think of, which I've actually ordered, is these relays. There's 4 relays. So what I'm going to do, or what I have done, I've actually ordered 1 new relay, and I'll just change one at a time to see if I can get any power coming through. Because at the moment, this is the one that plugs into there. There's no power whatsoever. So I'm just wondering if initially what happened was the relay went. I reckon if the previous owner changed the relay, maybe it'd actually been okay, but we'll still see. Relays on the order from Fleabay. I was going to get them off of Amazon, but they only sell them as pairs and I only want one. So hopefully that'll be in the next couple of days. We'll try that and see how we get on. Yeah, so simple little job. Sort of ripped my car at the moment. Everything's sort of ripped out. Right there, down there. All these bits. These other bits here, which I won't do this yet. These bits. That's for the, not sure if that's the left or right hand. That's got a little motor in there for the, when you open it up. This one makes a lot of screaming noise at the moment. 3 rounds ago, got to go that way, innit? See that way? That way. Got to go something like that. Yeah, that'd be it because they're the 2 bolts there. Okay, I've just pulled this relay out of the car. I don't even know which one does, but I bought a brand new one. So I'm going to go through the fuse box and check them. The reason I pulled it out, I just want to make sure it's the right relay. And the pins look exactly right. I don't know if any of you know how to check these relays, see if they actually work. Oh, I might be able to work it out from that. I'll give it a thing. Anyway, so I'm going to go through the relays one by one and change them with a new one and see if the windows work. Well, if this doesn't work, I really don't know what to do. Problems. Let's have a look at this wiring, see if I can work out how it works. Well, I've already taken one out of here, that bottom one, so we'll just do one at a time. So that's the old one I took out. Put it in a safe place, never seen again. I'm just going to plug this new one in. Ignition's off. Get rid of that alarm thing. That one's in. Turn the ignition on. No, it's not that one. Oh, the investigation to why this window doesn't work seems to be getting worse. Now, when I brought the car, the chap did tell me that the window doesn't work. He said it's probably just a fuse. Right. Now, I know for a fact that he's been playing around it because for a start, all this cover's all bent up. We pulled it down without undoing these 2 screws. So what I'll conclude at the moment is I'll just fed through another piece of cable and I'm going to solder that onto there. That's the one that goes to the motor, so I can sort it out. So I haven't got to take the panel back off again. Now what I've found, I don't know if I better show you or not. Right, where the cable comes obviously through that bit there at the door, it comes into here and goes into the fuse box. But see that cable there? I know you can't see it that well. But there's a little nick in one of the cables. Now I know for a fact that was a Scotch lock. Anyway, that's definitely had a mark on it. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to stand back from it. I'm going to, like I say, I'm going to solder this wire onto here, pull loads of cable through, clip it all up inside. And I might be able to get a bit of power from the main battery just to wind this window up a little bit, to get the other bolt on in there. And then I want to try and have a play around with this mechanism that's in here. So I've got one of them. And that's, I know it's going to be a pain in the arse, but I'll give it a go. So, alright, this is the cable here, which I've actually connected to the motor. It's all been soldered and all done properly in there. You can see the joint there. It's all cable tied up all nicely. And this is going to this is going to go over here somewhere. And I should deal with that later on. Don't know how I'm going to do it yet, but we'll see. I'm just going to have a little test now. This cable's actually quite long. I'm just going to see if it actually works properly. I'm going to go off the car battery. I'm just going to have a look. Well, that works all right, doesn't it? Well, I'll give the door handle a quick rub down with a bit of 600 on the Scotch Brite pad things. I'll give it a quick coat of an isolator. I think you're supposed to use some stuff over for the plastic, but this might do it. I'm pretty sure I've done that on the Ida Montesa fiberglass tank. Pretty sure I used it on that. So I'm just going to let this flash off, and then I'm just going to use some matte. But I've only got gloss black, but this tough paint is actually really good. It's super shiny, I must admit. So I'm just going to let that flash off, and I'm going to give it a coat of it and leave it overnight. And I'll fit it tomorrow. See how shiny it is like that? It actually dries like that. Right, see how shiny it is. It will actually stay like that, but I want to give it a buzz off with a heat gun. Thought I'd just give you a little bit of a recap of what I've done so far. I've put the new catch back in there. It's just sort of, I've got to get some new bolts in there because they're just a little bit rusty. This piece here is broken. It's some sort of actuator. It makes a, well, it does work, but it's all cracked. So I'm not really sure what that's called. If anybody knows, let us know and I'll order a new one. So that's door. I'm going to leave it as it is at the moment so I can get one of these. The electric windows, right, the saga of that is, this is the plug that I cut off. It's all back in there. And I've got a wire running from the electric motor, which is up there, all the way down there, up to there. I've checked it out and the motor works. Like I just said just a minute ago, I'll put it on the battery, that works fine. Problem I've got now is the near side one, it doesn't work. So something's happened there somewhere, I'm not sure what's going on, so I might have to, I don't know what to do really. Might have to sort of recap. I've still got the plug there that goes onto the motor. So that's pretty much it at the moment, I think, really. I think I'll just leave it at the moment and get on with something else because I've been on it for days and days and I'm not really getting anywhere very fast. I need to get some more of these clips for underneath here. I've got a little, this cable there for that to connect up. And we've got the door handle painted. That's all done ready. But I've got to screw it from, put screws on the inside. That's pretty much it at the moment. So I've spent about 2 or 3 days, haven't really got very far. All I've got is a piece of wire sticking out there. Anyway, at least the electric motor and the window works now, and I'm inside in the dryer. So thanks so much for watching. I apologise for it being a bit of a boring video, and I sort of did skip around quite a bit because I lost some of the videos and blah blah blah. Anyway, if you still like my videos, please subscribe and comment. That'd be actually fantastic, and even give a like. Well, thanks so much again for watching. It does really mean a lot to me. Thanks a lot. See you now. Bye now.